Hello everyone! If you saw last week's episode, you will know that I'm generally trying to improve the video quality of this Let's Play series. As you can see here, one of the ways I've been doing so is to get a camera account. But now, this is just my little brother's account that I'm borrowing, and I honestly have little to no experience with actually using a camera account. That is why that I'm controlling this manually, meaning that the shots are gonna get a bit weird and look a bit laggy. I'm also currently running this on one computer, meaning that you're also going to see a bit of lag, and it's also going to be a bit hard to control both of these, like both the character and the camera at once. At least for now. But what I'm hoping to do with this is to be able to get a lot more angles, maybe do some time lapses, and generally just improve the quality of the videos. That's my hope at least. I have to make it very clear, this is still a single player vanilla world. No cheats are used, and no other players are on. I've simply opened this to LAN, turn spectator mode on, and then this camera is on. That's the only thing I'm doing here. I have also made another decision. Until now I've been playing with the data pack called more head drops, meaning that most mobs will be able to drop their head, and I've been collecting them in here. As you can see, we have all the different heads here. My idea was to collect these and make some kind of trophy room out of them, but I sort of realized that since the game keeps updating, this data pack will get outdated and I have to find a new one, and if the creator does not update this, I'm worried that it might end up conflicting with each other. I hope that makes sense. So I've decided to remove the data pack. Also, since we are able to get mob heads by using charged creepers, we might actually have an end game farm we can go for. So I think that I'm gonna throw all of these out and then we're gonna basically start again. I have a great idea for what to do in this episode, which I will introduce you to in a moment. But first of all, before we start any project, you need to make sure that you're ready for it. And one of the things that definitely need to clean out is this ender chest. It's completely messed up, and now that we have ender chest is free and stuff, I think it's time to do a proper sort of my things. There we go. Isn't this much better? I think that took maybe an hour and a half to get done. The most important thing is actually just the tools right here. As you can see now, almost all of them have mending now, meaning that I'm able to do work for a lot longer at a time. I really don't like refreshing these, so when they run out and I have to get them back up to full repair. It takes a while and it's just getting really boring to do. The most important thing here is also that some things are easy to get access to, and I have this general purpose one that just has a bit of everything. I actually just realized that I need one for scaffolding as well, but one thing at a time maybe. And we have a bunch of transport ones right here, so in case I need to transport a large amount of items or just need something for a project. Good. So, as I mentioned before, I really don't like the process of actually refreshing these tools. Going to the Enderman farm and standing there clicking, it takes a while and it's just a bit boring to do. But there is a way of actually doing this instantly, without any much trouble. If you've ever seen either Exumavoid or Ilmago's videos, you would know that they are currently in the middle of building all sorts of different systems to instantly prepare. And I'm going to do the same. I will try not to copy them too much, but no matter what you do, the designs is going to look a bit alike. I'm going to go for a bit more simple one than theirs though. The way it works is by using furnaces as a sort of XP silo. As you can see here, we have smelted a bunch of cactus. In this case, it's 9 stacks, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 1. That'll be 25 stacks. And that is 1,600 cactus, basically. Each cactus provides 1 XP. If you look at this pickaxe I'm currently having, it only has 1 durability left. And each XP gives it 1 back, because it has mending. So if we copy the MBT data of this furnace is exactly the same as this one currently, and we pull this out, we will receive how much ever XP that has been stored inside this one. And as you will see, it will be enough to repair this one. And this is very smart, and we are able to use this. After playing around with it for a bit, I think this is the design we're gonna go for. If you've seen Ilmago's design, you'll notice that this does not look probably anything like his, and that's on purpose. As I said, I don't really want to copy his, I wanted to try to make my own. And I also think that his is a bit too complicated for this. This has a few disadvantages, but I can live with that. The way this works when this has anything in it, it's gonna make this one glow. So in our case, that means that it's probably almost ready. In any case, there won't be anything in here you can take, so it's just a nice way of knowing. We can also just check if there's any fire, now that we think about it. But yeah, and as well as that, once this is done, we want these items that is in here to get dispensed out. This is just a very simple clock, as you can see. Anything in here will get out. So yeah, that works. And the good thing about this is that it's one wire tileable, so it will work in our area. The one thing that was problematic is that having, originally I was having this up here, and when we do this, then you can see it affects multiple ones, which I do not want. So a place like this, but that doesn't fit with where we walk. But if we just extend the line using observers like this, then it works fine. Just do it this way. And that's the way we're gonna empty these. Now, how are we gonna fuel them? We are gonna be using zero tech farms. These are both designed by El Mango, and if you don't know what these are, it's basically a way of forcing the game to update its random tech speed. So, growth of plants like cactus and bamboo is based on random tech speed. And normally it is random and it's still, but you can fast it up by switching these with a zero tech delay. I won't claim to know too much about this, but that's how far I've understood it. So as you can see here, normally this doesn't grow as fast, but if we do this, as you'll see, it starts popping off quite quickly. And the same is true for the bamboo. And the bamboo we can use as fuel. So we're gonna have these two power this whole circuit right here. And that should be quite an easy way to go. They don't fill that much space. Well, I guess we're gonna call that time-lapse a learning experience. Yeah, I pretty much immediately ran out of hoppers. Yeah. And I also noticed that there's actually a mistake in the design I made here. That it didn't actually fix what I intended to, and I have to place them like this. So currently I'm just using trapdoors, that way I can do it this way. But this isn't ideal either. And there is actually a whole other problem. This farm does not really seem to work properly. As you can see down here, as mentioned last episode, we got an extra stack, and we still only have the same amount. That's yeah, that's kind of a problem. I went on the MicroWiki to search there, and I think the reason is that whenever we are outside of the radius, they will stand still, all these entities. And for this farm to work, the villagers, they need to, if we click, there we go. They need to get out of line of sight of the zombie, right? So they need to move around and get up in order to sleep without being scared, and they need to work without being scared, right? So my hypothesis is that it's simply because we are outside of the radius so they won't move. And whenever we get back like here, that would mean that they now are still scared, but they haven't slept and stuff like that. So, I'll test this is correct. I'll try and be here for maybe 30 minutes and see if it starts working again. I've been keeping an eye on them for a while. As you can see, I've been AFKing right here. And as far as I see, it's only this first one that actually... I saw Nimbon's new video on how he made his iron farms. And a thing we could do is to do like this. I'll just change this chamber as well. It should be quite a simple change. And the main idea here is just that since he pops up and down, he will lose, whenever he is right here, he will lose a line of sight, where they are able to go sleep and do stuff like that. And this seems to work quite well right here. Well, implementing this is actually more difficult than I thought. Already lost 2 villagers. So on the plus side, rebuilding this only took maybe 10 minutes. On the negative side, we lost all the villagers. I think one is, yeah, this guy's gonna die in a moment. So I had to get 3 new ones. I think it was in that direction that the other village was. Just have to get some books again. Woo! Villagers AI is so difficult to work with, but should almost be there now. We got them all in. Now we just have to wait maybe an in-game day or 2, and hopefully we should see something spawning again. Hey, we got something! Nice! Now we just have to actually lower this part. Alright, the farm should be fully functional now. There's only one problem, and you might already be able to see it. The cauldrons. They're falling into them, and they're actually getting out of line of sight. This is maybe the worst spot to be in to show this. Yeah, they're actually out of line of sight of the zombie in there. So I have to switch these out with barrels or something else. I just have to get them out of there first. Oh, they managed to sneak out again. I have literally been waiting here for like at least 10 minutes now, just waiting for this guy to move out, and he just refuses. I've even tried hitting him in order to, I hope that would activate his pathfinding or just reset it, but he's practically just stuck. Maybe actually relock could have. Oh, he's jumping! Yes! Darn you. Get him out. And it's finally done. This ended up taking up a lot more time than it was supposed to. I'm definitely gonna need a break from villagers for now. At least for a moment. But as you can see, they seem to spawn within a few seconds of each other. So it works quite well. Now, but this wasn't even supposed to be a project for this episode, really. So yeah, I'm gonna do an AFK session here, and we're gonna return to the real project. It has actually managed to spawn in here and reach the zombie. I guess it must have spawned on these ones. These are technically full blocks. Well, that's a bit of an oversight. Alright, we fixed it. I decided to finish most of this off camera, as you can see here. I chose to extend it a bit further. Now there's 6 on each side, which fit pretty well with the border, as you see on top here. The way it works, since I have shown it already in the creative world, I thought it wouldn't be that interesting to see me build. So we have the bamboo farm over here. Turn this on, it will keep creating a bamboo, which goes into this dispenser. Same over here, we have a cactus farm. I realized I'm actually able to use the exact same design for the cactus, and it fills way less space, and it's actually easier to collect as well. It does not have the same drops, but this is okay. I think we might need to extend it, but yeah. But as you can see here as well, this also works. It's a bit slower, but yeah, as you can see, that comes every few seconds or so. Down here, we have this clock again, which makes sure these things get dispensed out, and it goes into these furnaces. I have also a backup here for the fuel, the bamboo in this case, so that we don't need to keep it running constantly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have to do a few more things, but I think the main thing now will be to do an AFK session and actually see if this works properly. Well, I just kind of realized that we're gonna need an item to actually repair when this is done. So I think this would be a great excuse to actually go out and do a mining session. And then just repair this pickaxe whenever we get back. No! I managed to fall in the lava and get stuck underneath the block, unable to get up again. Well, this is why we have the backup sets, but I assume they're not nearly as well enchanted. Okay, it's okay. I just need mending on some of it. Woo, the beacon survived. I actually think that's the most important part. Like, all the materials we can regain now. But that does mean we won't get to repair these items today. Instead, we're just gonna go for one of these broken ones. I'll just go find a mending book. Oh, buy one. I decided to also just spend some extra time and get my gear back up. So like, this one now has Unbreaking 4, this has Sharpness back again and stuff like that. So now this is like, alright. But I still need, definitely need Feather Falling, and I need Unbreaking. It's, yeah, a bit annoying that I'm lacking those two, but yeah, nothing I can do about it now. I don't have the books, and they're somehow quite rare actually. I just noticed some things that are actually quite interesting. If you look at this, right, the comparator apparently strong powers this lamp, so powers this one, which as a matter of fact actually makes this part a bit redundant, which is, honestly wasn't already, since I can just look in the hopper and I can just check if the furnace is on, right? But something I also noticed, apparently, I can't remember if it's 1.13 or 1.14 where they changed it so you can place redstone components on top of glass. But apparently, if you power this block, right, like this, normally it would get strong power, but in this case, I think it only gets soft powered, which is extremely useful actually. It means we can just tear all of this thing down, which is quite ugly, and we can also, and I think we also just can tear down the lamps here. I also just had a brilliant idea. Whenever we need to empty this, we can just extend this with the piston like this. That way, whatever is in the furnace, since the furnace automatically will start again, won't go into this hopper, but this hopper will still get emptied, right? And that means we basically have a complete reset of this after we've used it. That's perfect, actually. Alrighty, it seems to be done. Now, the important thing is that anything else we have mending we take off. I think this is the only thing, right? Alright, so this should be the only thing we have equipped. If everything works, this should repair completely. Fantastic. And now we just click this. And this, yeah, maybe we should, it can despawn for now. But this works! Oh, that's so great. Oh yeah, and I don't think I showed this actually. Here we have two levers that turn on and off the farms. And here we have two lamps that is going to indicate whether or not the system is full or not. It's quite simple, there's just two treasure plates right there. So if the item can't go into the hopper, that means it will go here, right? That means this will turn on, and that way we are able to just see from here if the system is filled or not. Quite simple, but quite effective. I don't know how clear it is in the footage, but this video has actually ended up taking a whole lot of time to make. We did get some good things though, done though, that's true. But it took way more time than I expected. On the flip side, we got this working, which is very nice. And it means that we're going to be able to use our tools way more effectively, I think at least. Since we're just going to be able to go here and instantly repair. I'm kind of excited for that. As well as that, hopefully one of the next few days I will make a video about an iPhone design I'm working on. It's a lot like the one we built here already. But yeah, I'll make maybe a proper tutorial on it. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.